Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're going to do something for hopefully the last time on this channel, and that's pull a piece of machinery out of the hedge. And it's not really in a hedge, it's more or less where I can move from here to there and here to there, and just the nettles and thistles have grown up around it. There's no briars or ivy on it. Hasn't been used in quite some time, but this year we have a couple of customers looking for it, so we got to get pulled out, we got to get serviced up, we have to change points on it, and yeah, get her back in action. So that's what we're going to do now. And also we finally have the field ploughed, getting ready now for reseeding, going back to grass after well over, and it could be 30, no, not quite 30 years. Might be far off a good 25 years anyways in tillage. Brendan's ploughed it there today, and he's going now to harrow it. We'll give it 2 cuts of the harrow, then we'll go stone picking, maybe a bit of land levelling, and then a power harrowing, and try and get a real tidy, tasty job done on it. And then we'll get her grass into it and get it paddocked. It's nice to see that going on. I was hoping I'd catch him going by, but he's running away from the camera there. You can just see the orangeness, faded orangeness of it there. It is a Mastech soil subsoiler, 4 legs. Can't see it, so we'll have to get out. Now, it was put in there with a tractor, and I get out with a tractor. If it wasn't for this lovely big blue machine here, this is our old, I think it was a maybe 4.5 meter Ransom's disc harrow. This is what we used to disc with before the first Lemkin was bought. And the issue with it, and I remember using it, but I don't remember how long it was used for. But the biggest issue that I always had with it was because it was just a solid disc harrow straight across. There is no give on the discs for hitting stones and that. It was forever busting and breaking bearings, and it used to break their heart. I think that's why it's missing the disc there, because they cannibalized that into some of the center ones. Fun fact on that machine is sold and paid for about 8 years ago. Still waiting on a man to pick it up. So if you know a man from Waterford or Wexford, I think they bought a heavy duty trailed Ransom's disc harrow in Longford, please tell him to come pick up his machine. As one of these things, because it's paid for, we don't really know what to do with it. We keep moving it out of the way, and it was shoved out of the way there because it was up at the back of the hedge there, and I would pull it back out of the way, but because of the pumpkins are there, and yes, we're sorting the weeds out on it Sunday, it's just, I don't want to move it, so I'm just going to lift that out where it is. That used to be parked just at the other side, where the grain shed is, for years, but it's been a long commute. There's an old video there of me using a 6480. That was probably one of the last times I remember it being used, and it done a lot of work when we bought it first, and the work kind of fizzled out. It's a superb machine. I've seen it where in the big field that we cut for silage used to be a pond in the middle of that, of maybe about an acre, that had water in it, and it dried out one year, went in with that, and it was gone, never come back. So I think what my plan is, we'll put a top link in and catch it in the top link, and then chain from either the 2 outside legs, and then I'll be caught 3 ways, get lifted. It's only about ton and a half, so the telly should be well able to lift it, hopefully. And then we get brought over to the workshop and go through, and then we get a tractor forward, test out the hydraulics and that. This is the machine in somewhat of its finest. I might bring it over and just give it a wash before I bring it over, clean it up a wee bit. 4-leg subsoiler, hydraulic, so you control your depth on this ram here. Then this ram is for like your spring. It's on an accumulator there. That is probably maybe the only bit that could let me down, is what them pipes are like. Now they seem pretty good, a little bit of a fray on it there, but not too bad. Roller, and then that ram there extends the whole back of it. The whole back of it comes out, so that when you're working in depth you can kind of smooth back the job and it allows everything to work. The only issue we've ever had with this machine is the newer ones have 2 rams, one on either side of the slides rather than one big one in the centre. What we found, I think it's happened 4 or 5 times, is they've bent that ram where one of the legs would catch a big stone and curl it into the ram and just make bits of the ram. That's the only downside to it. It just wants to be changed to the one with the sides. So I remember Father Phil buying this at Cavan Farm Machinery Show years and years ago. It got plenty of work back in the day, and that video I put up could have been 2019, 2018 maybe. That was one of the last times it was used, and we don't really know why it stopped. It's a superb machine, does a superb job. 2013, we bought in 2013. The only thing I know we have to do is we have to change the feet on it, so the shears on it are wore down. We have a new set of shears we sent off to get engineered. We have to put a bolt hole in it for holding on, but they're wore out. The shins seem pretty good on it. The shin is this piece, seem fine. Check our hydraulics, we should be ready to go. It shouldn't take much. I know you don't like seeing these things where I'm after pulling it out of, but that's just where it was left, and it was because it never got used. If that's where it was always parked, and it's just all the stuff grows up around it. But this year we have some use for it. And if anyone watching, we will show you a video of this machine in action, but if anyone watching is thinking you have a bit of ground and you're saying to yourself, geez, this field used to be dry in the past, and why is it so wet now? Why is it so sticky and mucky? Or just compacted? That's the machine you need to relieve that. It is a holy terror what that machine can do. On good soily ground, that's what doesn't work on peaty ground, because there's nothing you can do on peaty ground, but good soily ground where there's not boulders or anything in it, that's the machine to turn it back to how it used to be. Take the compaction away. So anyways, right, we'll bring it around to the power washer. We'll wash it before we bring it over. Just giving Father Phil a dig out here while I had the telly. He's top dressing barley at the minute, so it's the last bag to go out. We still have some bags there, so there's a bit there to go out on pasture ground. The last of the nitrogen going out for top dressing. Now we've that washed. You also may have seen Father Phil came in there. He was just going through, oh yeah, no, that, oh no, yeah, he was doing his thing. The only thing I have to do is this pipe here is for priming the accumulator there, which puts the pressure on these here so that they work like the spring. If you hit stone or something hard, that they'll provide the give. That's what they're for. So that's going to be the test of the pipe work. But the pipe work seems pretty good, except for a bit fray in there, which you kind of expect to see in a machine that's been outside for the last 12 years. It's a 12-year-old machine too. I have sent off, we have a new set of feet for it, but we've sent them off. He's happy enough with what's on it. He says it'll do whatever has to be done for the next while. So first customer is after ringing there, just making sure everything's good, whether he wants to leave it off and let it dry more or just go and get it done. It's a bit of reseeding. There's only about 2 acres in it, and then we've more work to do later on. We've more reseeding work. We've another customer who wants to do silage ground after it's cut because he's just getting tired. We've done a lot of work. Father Phil said a lot of work. He's went through a good few sets of feet for it, and literally done entire farms for men. And well, for whatever reason the work kind of dried up, but we're just say humming in hand there, put on a tractor now and service it up, or do it tomorrow when I'm probably going to be going on to do a job. So it's a bit late in the evening, so I think I'm just going to leave it there, put on in the morning and go through it and grease it. There's not a lot to do. The only thing that could catch me out is a pipe bursting, but even if a pipe bursts on me now, it's too late in the evening to get a new one. So I'm going to go off mulching. I might just bring with me mulching for the crack, and I'm going to go topping a paddock with the calves, and then I'm going to go on to batches of cattle where I want to top either what they're on or what they're after moving off. We'll pick it up in the morning when we go to finish putting that together. We'll get N39, we'll go mulching. So we're just down here topping the paddock, the calves around with multi-species. We've a bit of a dock problem along the river, but it is fairly making mincemeat of them. So it is fairly well making mincemeat of them. While to get this all tidied up, the calves are due to get dosed tomorrow for worms. We got the worm tests back today. They're at 180. So at 200 is when the vet says that's when you dose. But he says at 180, he says just get them done. So we're going to dust them tomorrow. They'll stay here for 2-3 days, and then we'll move them on to a fresh paddock out there in the bit that we cut. This bit that I'm mulching now, or more or less topping it than mulching it, but it's doing the job I want to do. We're doing 9.5 kilometers an hour there, and it's obliterating. Now we're not going too tight, because all I really want to do is try and take them docks for a bit of a spin, because I don't want them going to seed. Take away a look at the trunnions and just get to kind of reset the growth. We'll get a bit of slurry on it, and we'll probably take the cut of bales off this paddock before the calves are on it again. That's usually. The 10-acre field is well able to keep 50 calves going, so it is well able to keep them going for most of the summer. At a certain point, come August or that's when they start looking for an extra bit of ground. But start of the year, you always get away with it. Always able to keep them going, especially on the reseed. The problem I have now is they standing in my way. Come on, boys. Come on. They're doing well though. Really doing well down here. We'll probably end up having to spray along the river just to try and keep them ducks away. But I don't want to, because I'd like to try and keep the multi-species in it for as long as I can. But there will come a point when I will have to spray to control ducks. Keeping it mulched, mowed and topped will try and burn some of the ducks out of it. Fingers crossed. And just as well, on it, I have bought the mulcher, and it was hard pass up on it, so it's doing such a good job. We done the orchard yesterday, and by far the best job of everything that I have tried. I know what you're saying, 99. Why the 99 again? It's far too big for the machine. I was only tractor free yesterday. All the other tractors are away. I'd be very, very keen to try and get on the front links of the 7618, see how it works out on that. But that's not just going to happen today. Just had it all yesterday to mulch around the field that Brendan ploughed this morning. Just a bit of heavy growth around the edges of the field that he wasn't going to be able to plough. That just needed clearing off, just to try and get it that he'd be able to plough it without balling up the plough. So that's why it's on the 99, and while it's on it, I intend on getting a bit done. So be more suited to the 62s or 6480 or even the 3000 series. 7618 is probably maybe a little on the big side, but it's definitely small for this. But I did do the orchard with the 99 yesterday, and I suppose on that, if you want to see more content that I put up, now that we're doing less on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. I'll put up that bit on stories and that. You'll get to see stuff like that. Me mulching in between the trees in the 99. I don't think when the brochures for the 99 come out when it was new, that had orchard tractor written on it. But I've used it as an orchard tractor. And it's done the job. Anyways, let me get this done. So moved on to the next bit. Brushes. The plan is to get these mulched and then we get them sprayed later on. It disappears. But look at this. We have the flat lift on the 99. Yes, 99. Too big, mostly for this, but it will definitely not put, it'll definitely be able to pull it. I'll put it like that. That's one of the reasons why we're putting it on it. And the other reason is the 99 is my go-to tractor. It's not my tractor. I was hoping I'd buy a tractor this year, but building a house and also want to buy a tractor, two things did not go very well. I have to put that on the back burner for a while. Plugged in the hydraulics, tried to use them, but she keeps popping them out, which is a pain in the arse. So hopefully I'll be able to get them to stay in. I just grease it up now and ready to rock and roll. For those of you who don't know, what does this? It's called a pan buster. We call it a flat lifter. What it does is it breaks a hard pan in a field. So you imagine your soil and your layers of soil, and if you get compaction over time, the soil compacts and it creates a hard pan, which is nearly impermeable to water. It doesn't allow water to go down through the soil and down. And it creates a pan and it lets that water then sit on top of it, which leaves the soil and ground becoming wet and muck, sticky and all that fun stuff. So what this machine does is its legs go into the ground, it has a wee spade on the bottom, and it tries to break that hard pan, which allows the water to traverse up and down through the pan. And it just tries to break the pan that's in the soil from compaction. And that's what that machine does. 4 legs, and you'll see they're staggered, so they're a bit forward, bit back, bit forward, bit back. And the reason for that is if they're all in a straight line, all it tends to do is just ball up the grass in between them. I think I've seen it happen once with that machine, but rarely. And that's one of the reasons for the roller on the back, is to just kind of level off, and also to lift the machine out of the ground as well. Because you can see our working depths is on the side of it here. There's the inches on it anyways. So 21 inch is it fully in the ground, 18 inch, 15 inch I think that says, 12 inch. There's the depths in the ground that it goes. Customer wants around 10 inches. So we will gauge it on that, because he doesn't want to put it through the shores that's in the field, but he wants to do it. Now I won't be filming the job because it's for one of our customers who doesn't want me filming on his land, which is that's fine. We have customers that are like that, and we have customers who let us film. It's just part of the job. Go get the grease gun out now, and I'm going to check around with these pipes and see can I get them in and fill, and that I'm going to have to go get new ends, and new ends should solve the problem. I can't see why they won't stay in, because there seems to be no damage or nothing. They seem perfect. Just won't stay in. And then we also have to prime the accumulator for the legs, which we have to put to 200 psi. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't blow anything up. And we're ready to go at long last. Well, when I say long last, I said yesterday about 15 minutes. It took me 2 hours. 2 issues. One was this side, because this is a center ram, so when you go to push out, she was pushing the far side out, this side was staying in. So it took a bit of hopping it off the ground and letting it out and in and out and in and out. But I now have it out and ready to rock. That's where if you had your 2 rams, one on either side, that wouldn't be an issue. We have a job to get the pressure on and checked, and the end of the pipes. I had to change one fitting, but all my pipes are on now. All is on, and that is perfect. So I'll show you. I'll get into the cab and show you. Yeah, again, and I'll show you now what we do. The way this machine works, as you may see behind me. Maybe I'll just put you here, it'll be easier. We will make a video of this machine working for today. You're not going to see it in action, but I'll show you when I come back. I'll show you the points of break and that. But the way this works is that would be working position. Lift it up. Hold in. So when you get to your headland, you drop it down like that. You use the roller is your depth adjuster, so you use that to adjust your depth. As well as being able to adjust it on the hydraulics, there's also pins there to pull out and wind it in to get it right. Farmer I'm going to be going for once about 10 inches, which is just about the depth of the shin piece on the legs. So that's what I've been working at. So you drop it down, you let down your roller to match, you start driving forward, and you start extending out the roller. So you have the roller when you're going down the field at full extension, so it allows everything to kind of rise behind it and go back down. When you get to the end of the field, you pull back in your roller. Adjust my speeds on this. You go back in your roller, and as you lift it up with the tractor, you push it up with the roller as well. That's what I remember. That's what I think I remember. I only ever used this once. Ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to deviate. I'm going to just run through it again to be sure I have everything done, and we will pick it up in, I suppose, about 3 hours. I don't know how long it's going to take me. It's about 1.5 acres, 2 acres. It's just a small paddock farmer wants done. So anyways, we get to it. And we are back from doing our 2 acres. Didn't take too long, but it was enough to, the camera never looked down, to brighten up my points. Didn't lose anything, didn't break anything. Everything went perfect. Absolutely perfect. So really happy with how it went. Customers happy. So we were running at about 12 inches, which is about the top of that there. That's actually, it's in centimeters that side, it's in inches this side. How deep? So a maximum depth of 21 inches. It's actually quite windy. So yeah, happy out. Happy out. That's another machine, and that is the last machine I can pull out of a back of a hedge. Well, it's not really in a hedge, it was just in the thistles and nettles. The wrapper, I suppose I could pull that out. I wanted to get rid of that, but I'm not that. But that is like the last useful machine I can pull out. So it is. It's strange how it just was never any demand for it for the last while, and now we have that man done. We have another 2 customers. One wants, after his silage is cut, wants to do all the silage ground. No reseeding, no nothing, just doing the silage ground to try and reduce the compaction. The other job is for reseeding. So if anyone is interested, give us a shout. It's the same price as ploughing without all the turning over of the soil. It does more or less the same job, only it goes deeper, breaks that pan, lets the water go. And if you are wondering, on the last machine we pulled out of a hedge, the 5-fur Kverneland plough we pulled out last March last year. What's happening? Why hasn't it been anything done with it? Well, I put it like this: Kverneland got in touch, they wanted to kind of do something with us, and I was like, yeah, sure, fix the plough. Sent the list of parts. The total cost of buying all the parts that's needed to fix the plough, 10,500. And as they put it, it's beyond economic repair. Now, we can still repair the plough with second-hand parts and a lot of money and whatnot. I've lost interest in doing that. I'd rather just get rid of it, because it's beyond economic repair. Not alone that, but one of the issues with that model of a plough was that the legs, so the leg of the plough goes up and down. That's why I made of light steel. I think it's 5mm steel, and they were notorious for breaking. And on that plough, 4 of the 5 are broke. 1 is fully broke, the other 3 are welded, but it's debatable how straight they are. And then there's one good one on it. So I'd just like to scrap it, get rid of it. Father Phil doesn't want to get rid of it. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do with it. So it's just got moved from the hedge to another pile of nettles. But yeah, after that machine's out, there's nothing left. So anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Have you used one before? If you're interested, get in touch with us. We're flat lifting for hire yet again. And yeah, should just work perfect. A little bit of issue just with getting me pipes sorted this morning, but apart from that, she's in good working order. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. For today's video, I'm going to go back mulching, rushing some mulches, mulching some rushes with the 99. Hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I get used to it eventually. That's it for me. Good luck.